In a single 2-month stretch, in the summer of 2025, Russia launched nearly 12,000 drones at Ukraine. Not cruise missiles, not fighter jets, cheap, propeller-driven drones that sound like a moped in the sky. Most of them were one design, or built to look like it. It's called the Shahed. And the reason it works isn't that it's advanced. It's that it's cheap. And there are so many of them. Start with the category, because it's the thing people get wrong. The Shahed 136 is a loitering munition, a one-way attack drone. It's not a missile, and it's not a reusable drone like the quadcopters doing recon. It sits in between, a small aircraft with a warhead built into the nose, designed to fly hundreds of miles to a fixed target and crash into it. A flying bomb that's cheap enough to lose. It's Iranian, built by a company called Hesa. When Russia started producing its own copies, they renamed it the Geran 2. Same aircraft, different label. Now, look at the shape, because the shape tells you the priorities. It's a flying triangle, about 3.5 meters wide, weighing around 200 kilograms. Cheap materials. And as a bonus, they soak up a little radar energy, so it's harder to see coming than you'd think. In the back, a small piston engine spinning a wooden propeller. That's the lawnmower sound. It's slow, around 115 miles an hour. A World War II fighter could catch it, but slow and cheap is the point. In the nose, the warhead.
Enough to gut a power station, a fuel depot, or an apartment block. Here's the most important part, and it's the least dramatic. The Shahed usually isn't being flown at all. Before launch, someone types in a set of coordinates. Then it flies that route by itself, following satellite navigation, the same GPS in your phone. Sit with what that means. No pilot, no video feed, no control link running back to a base that you could trace or cut. It's a cheap robot following a line on a map to a place that isn't going to move. And that simplicity is exactly what makes it so hard to stop. There's almost nothing to jam, nothing to hack, nothing to negotiate with.
Now, the part most people don't know. In a big attack, a huge share of that swarm, often more than half, aren't Shaheds at all. They're decoys. Cheap foam and plywood drones, built to show up on radar looking exactly like the real thing. Some even carry a modem to phone home. Why bother? Because if you're the defender, you cannot tell which blip is a 50-kilogram warhead and which is $10,000 of foam. So you either fire expensive missiles at foam or you let something through. That's not a trick. That's the whole game. So why does a slow, loud propeller drone terrify modern militaries? It's not the drone. It's the arithmetic. A Shahed is cheap. Exactly how cheap is debated, but call it $50,000 to $80,000. Now look at what stops it. A Patriot interceptor, one of the missiles used to swat these down, costs millions of dollars per shot. So every time you stop a $50,000 drone with a multi-million-dollar missile, you win the fight and you lose the war of money. 100 to 1. The wrong way. Send 50 cheap drones, half of them decoys. You're not trying to destroy a target.
You're trying to make the defender go broke. That's the whole idea. In one line, make defense cost more than attack.
So how do you actually beat it? The answers that work all have one thing in common. They're cheap too. First, hear it before you see it. Since radar struggles with something this small and low, Ukraine strung together thousands of cheap microphones on poles, trained to pick that lawnmower engine out of the night and triangulate it. Second, shoot it cheaply. Instead of $1 million missile, a guided rocket costing about $30,000. Finally, cheaper than the thing it's killing. And third, the clever one. Don't jam it. Lie to it. Feed the drone subtly false coordinates so it thinks it's on course, drifts a few kilometers, and quietly crashes in an empty field. No explosion. It just gets lost. Step back. The Shahed didn't win because it's advanced. It won because it's cheap and simple, and it comes by the thousand. For a century, air power meant a few expensive machines, flown by a few skilled people. The Shahed is the preview of the opposite. Mass, attrition, cost, doing the work that precision used to. And the same idea is already showing up at sea. Cheap drone boats, hunting warships. But that's a whole other episode.
If that made the next headline click into focus, that's the point. Did you learn something new? Smash the like button and subscribe to never miss a video. Drop your questions below. I'm Birds Affirm. Thanks for watching.